Good morning, candidates. Good morning. Yeah. Yeah, we are going to discuss about E.C.G.C today. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Normally you people say Hare Krishna, na?
Yes, sir.
Hare Krishna. Good. Now one thing, when you go for the interview, what is the type of dress you are going to wear?
Sir, I'll be wearing formal dress.
Yeah, formal dress, full dark color pant, light color shirt. And are you in the habit of wearing ties?
No, sir, but I have one, but
You don't feel like wearing it. You don't feel like wearing it. But you take it.
It does not suit me well.
You take it with you. If other candidates are wearing, you also wear.
Yes, sir.
That's one. Number two, and see, regarding the tilak you are wearing on in your forehead,
Yes, sir.
will you be appearing as it is you are appearing in your profile picture, or will you
No,
not?
sir, I won't be wearing tilak for the interview.
Good. That's good. That's what I wanted to tell you. Very good. Because if you put that bada tilaka, more questions will come on that only.
Okay.
They will ask you how it is done, why, when it is done, and all that. इसलिए
Yes.
थोड़ा problem हो जाएगा. ठीक है?
Okay.
Now, in fact, I wanted you to go through banking basic aspects.
Yes, sir.
Did you go through them?
Yes, sir.
Shall I ask you now?
Yes, sir.
I have just now posted a video, but still I will ask a few questions out of them.
Yes, sir.
Can you please tell me what is a stale check?
Sir, when the date of the check expires and it is not accepted by the bank, then it is called stale check.
When will a check get expired?
It is around, some banks have a period for 3 months and some for 6 months, sir.
No, only 3 months. Now 3 months. Don't talk about 6 months. Now only 3 months.
Yes, sir.
As on today, which date of check will be considered as stale check? Today is 10th August.
Yes, sir.
So
now,
which date and prior to that will be considered as stale check?
sir, before 9th.
9th what?
9th August, sir.
Wrong. 9th May.
Sorry, yes, sir.
9th May. If a check is dated 9th May, 8th May, 7th May, prior to that, 9th April, 8th April, 8th March, 2nd February, 1st February 2021, and all that, all those are called stale checks.
Yes, sir.
What is an antedated check?
Sir, check check with the date prior to the actual date of signing the check.
No, don't say like this. A check which is dated prior to date of presentation.
Okay, sir.
Today's date is 10th August. If a check is presented with a date 9th August, 8th August, and all, it is antedated.
Yes.
समझ गया?
Sir, if the check is presented before the today's date.
No. That is post-dated check. Supposing today you get a check dated 11th August,
Yes, sir.
that is a post-dated check. Can you make payment of a post-dated check?
No, sir.
Why?
So on the day of the mentioned, like on the date mentioned in the check, or after that only we can pay, sir. Because the issuer he can because amount he has to put something like that.
He can stop payment to the check also,
Yes, sir.
or possibly he may die
Okay.
before that date,
Yes.
or he doesn't want it to be paid before. That is why he has given the date like that.
Yes, sir.
And uska alawa, if you pass that post dated check today,
Yes.
in that account some other check with the current date will come, for which there will not be sufficient balance.
Okay.
First class. That is okay.
Yes.
What is the name of the bank that has taken over Lakshmi Vilas Bank?
Sir, it is DBS Bank.
Super. Can you
Yes.
tell me who is the governor of RBI?
Mr. Sri Shaktikanta Das.
Can you tell me the functions of RBI?
Sir, RBI is a regulatory body overseeing the money market in India.
No, don't say money market. Monetary.
Monitoring.
Monetary.
Yes.
Money market is SEBI.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then.
And sir, it involves the main functions of the RBI are issuance of the currency.
Good.
And then it is a banker to the government.
Good.
And it is banker's bank.
Super.
And it is the controller of banks. And it is the controller of credit flow in the country, sir.
No, but there is no need for you to tell controller of banks, because you have already told bankers bank.
Yes, sir.
And there is no need for telling credit control, because you have told about monetary policy.
Yes, sir.
So what is important is they are maintaining foreign exchange reserves.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Good. Expand RRB.
Sir, regional rural banks.
How much capital is contributed by central government in regional rural banks?
Sir, it is 50%.
Good. How much state government is giving?
Sir, 35%.
State government.
I'm not sure, sir.
15%.
The remaining is given by the bank, mother bank.
35% is given by the sponsoring bank.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Excellent. Good. You are told nicely. Very good. I will ask you something else. Can you name 2 or 3 private banks?
Sir, HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, Axis Bank, Kalvashya Bank.
Good. Now, can you tell me whether private sector banks can also approach E.C.G.C? The answer is yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
E.C.G.C has tied up with over 45 banks in India.
Good. Now, can you tell me the types of accounts in banks? Types of deposit accounts in banks?
The savings account, and then fixed deposit accounts, and then current account. So these are the main accounts, sir.
You have omitted one account, a recurring deposit account.
Yes, sir.
What is recurring deposit account?
Sir, they can pay in a mode of installments.
Every month. Don't say installment. Every month.
Yes,
Every month we are paying the money that is known as RD account. At the end of the period, bank will give you not only the principal but also the interest.
yes, sir.
Interest rate is normally related to or same as fixed deposit interest rate.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me the difference between debit card and credit card?
Debit card, helps us withdraw money only when we have the balance amount within our account.
Good.
But credit card, it allows credit, sir, up to a certain limit.
Very good, very good, very good. Nice. Now, last question in banking. What is the present repo rate?
4.25%.
4%.
4%.
4.25 is bank rate.
Yes, sir.
And MSF rate is 4.25. Yesterday I have posted in our Telegram.
Okay, sir.
Yes, did you see? Are you a member of Telegram or not?
Yes, sir, but I'm not an active member. I'm a member of your group in the Telegram.
You should go through that. Not you are a member with Telegram. That is not, you must join
No,
the
no. Yeah, I've joined your group, sir.
72020. Usme I have posted lot of questions, lot of ideas, lot of useful things.
Yes, sir. I'll
You
go
must go through that.
Yes, sir.
Now, good. That much for banking.
Yes, sir.
Now we will go to E.C.G.C.
Yes, sir.
What do you understand by packing credit?
Banking, credit, but I'm not sure.
Packing credit is a facility given to an exporter
Yes, sir.
for manufacturing goods, for packing the goods and sending it to the importer or buyer.
Yes.
This facility is offered by banks.
Okay.
Banks normally what they will do, they will give packing credit to a person who has got foreign order.
Yes, sir.
Supposing some party in America is importing from India,
Yes, sir.
say some leather products or some hosiery goods,
Yes, sir.
they will issue an order to the exporter,
Yes, sir.
and the exporter, since he doesn't know about importer,
Yes, sir.
will ask for a letter of credit
Okay.
favoring him.
Yes, sir.
The importer's bank will issue a letter of credit
Yes, sir.
favoring our exporter,
Okay.
agreeing to pay him
Yes, sir.
when he exports goods
Okay, sir.
as per the terms and conditions specified in the order.
Yes, sir.
Everything must be followed, like the size of the goods, number of goods supplied, and then quality of goods supplied, then country of origin of the goods supplied, the way it is packed, everything must tally.
Okay, sir.
If it is not tallying, they can reject it.
Yes, sir.
There are famous cases. India, if a Bellary onion exporter was sending goods to Saudi Arabia
Yes, sir.
or some Middle East country. He was exporting based on LC and he thought he will be assured of payment.
Okay.
But what happened when he made invoice? He made invoice as onion. instead of putting Bellary onion.
Okay.
The importer, on seeing the invoice, saw you have sent me onion, you have not sent me Bellary onion, and he rejected it because by the time onion reached the Middle East country, the price of onion came down like anything. So he was waiting for a reason to reject that. So most important thing is, in terms of foreign exchange, in terms of letter of credit and all, we are dealing with documents.
Yes, sir.
Documents must speak for it.
Yes, sir.
For example, your Aadhaar card, it must contain the spelling you have given in your application.
Yes, sir.
Your PAN card should have the same name,
Yes, sir.
like that. These are the important conditions. So a packing credit facility is offered by the bank. Now, since there is a lot of risk in the money being received, the importer may not make payment, the importer may become insolvent, our exporter may not willingly pay, our exporter may become defunct. So to protect all that, banks give whole turnover pre-shipment guarantee.
Yes, sir. Whole turnover pre-shipment guarantee.
Whole turnover pre-shipment guarantee. That means for every packing credit, banks need not go to E.C.G.C to get a policy.
Okay.
They will take one policy. Bank will take one policy that will cover the packing credit facilities given by all the branches of the bank.
Okay.
The branches will have to submit returns to E.C.G.C, make payment of premium properly,
Yes, sir.
in which case it is covered.
This is the underwriting done by the banks with E.C.G.C.
This is the connection between banks and E.C.G.C.
Okay.
Banks have to remit premium to E.C.G.C.
Yes.
They will debit party's account and pay.
Okay.
And the other side of it is whole turnover post shipment guarantee. Sometimes the borrower may require finance after shipment. So in which case those bills will be purchased and money given to the party.
Yes, sir.
For that they take some additional security and all.
Yes.
1 minute.
Yes.
Hello. 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 Yes, please.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Sir, Yogesh Kokade बोल रहा
Yogesh. Yogesh, tell me, Yogesh, for you time given is something else, na?
सर वो एक्सटेंड हो सकता है 5 बजे.
I have given you 3 o'clock.
वो एक्सटेंड होना मुझे जरा एक दिक्कत है. 5 बजे मिल सकता है आज.
Maybe we can talk after 5:40.
Okay. 5:40 है. Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Now I was telling you about whole turnover post shipment guarantee.
Yes, sir.
Where branches will be giving after shipment also, and for that also covered under a separate guarantee issued by E.C.G.C to individual banks.
Yes, sir.
So this is known as whole turnover. That is the most convenient one.
Sir, I have a doubt. Sir.
Yeah.
Sir, what I have read in that website is that while the exporter before exporting the goods, and before, while after making the deal, he will take the insurance from E.C.G.C.
No. E.C.G.C insurance, how it will come? E.C.G.C will issue policy to exporters.
Okay.
It is like a life insurance policy, a policy to exporter covering all the exports made by him.
Yes, sir.
Or he can take individual export policy also,
Yes, sir.
in which case he is supposed to make declaration of the exports made by him,
Yes.
giving details of name of the party to whom export is made, what is exported, which date exported, how it is exported, what is the bill of lading, what is the airway bill number. All those details must be provided,
Yes.
and based on the country the charges will be different, and the exporter has to make payment of policy premium,
Yes, sir.
and if he makes premium correctly, to that extent probably 75% or 66% depending on the country to which export is made, the insurance will be given by E.C.G.C.
Yes, sir.
Could you follow this?
Yes, sir.
See, that is policies to exporters, guarantees to bankers.
Okay, sir. So even when banks are providing this guarantee, so they will be charging a premium from the exporter.
No, the bank will debit the exporter's account.
Okay, sir.
Bank will debit the exporter's account.
Okay, sir.
See, the banks can also take individual packing credit depending on, say, depending on the party, because in some bank they don't have maximum packing credit advances, so they can take individual packing credit advances, in which case they will get 66 and 2 by 3 percentage of packing credit limit.
Yes, sir.
Whereas if it is whole turnover, normally they give 75%.
Yes, sir.
Very good. So now I want you to go through E.C.G.C website and go through individual packing, all that is given. Pura
Yes, sir.
पढ़ लीजिए, but I have told you briefly what it is. E.C.G.C gives policies to exporters to cover commercial risk, political risk.
Yes, sir.
E.C.G.C gives guarantees to cover the credit risk and also political risk.
Yes, sir.
That is what is the thing. Once you are through this, that must be sufficient. If you read more, you will get confused.
Yes, sir. Anything I'm covering is the overview of E.C.G.C, the functions, how it is helping the exporters.
That's all. That much will do. For example, home, then about us, products and services, service network.
Yes.
How many regional offices are there?
There are 5 regional offices for E.C.G.C.
Very good. 5 regional offices are there. Good.
Yes.
Then how many branches are there?
But there are around 50 branches, sir.
Huh?
Around 50 branches.
Only?
Yes, sir.
Are you sure?
I've read it in one of the forums, sir.
Only 50 branches?
Yes, sir.
Acha. Branch offices. Here they are giving I think eastern region they are telling Bhubaneswar, Guwahati, Kolkata, Raipur, Varanasi. Then northern region Agra, Chandigarh, Faridabad, Gurugram, Jaipur, Jalandhar, Jodhpur, Kanpur, Ludhiana, Moradabad, New Delhi, West Delhi, Noida, Panipat, Srinagar branch, then southern region Chennai, then comes Chennai South branch, Coimbatore, Karur, Madurai, then Salem, then Tirupur, Tuticorin. Southern region Bengaluru, Guntur, Hyderabad, Kochi, Kollam, Mangalore, Visakhapatnam. Western region Ahmedabad, Bandra, Gift City, Gujarat, then Indore branch, Nariman Point, Nagpur, Pune, Rajkot, Surat, Thane, Vadodara. काउंट कर लीजिए कितना होता है.
Yes, sir.
Now, say about your Andhra Pradesh, you told me what are the exports from Visakhapatnam. Yesterday I told you.
Yes, sir. I have actually gone through this report you have given me, sir.
Yeah. Tell me what are the exports made through Visakhapatnam?
Sir, I have gone through this Nellore. What are the exports, minerals, crops going on?
Hello, yesterday we studied, vehicles, metals, minerals, so many things we studied. Why are you not remembering?
Barytes, limestone, silica sand, mica, gypsum,
Good.
copper ore, feldspar, quartz and sienna.
Very good, very good, very good. Excellent. Now, please tell me why we should select you, why you are suitable for this job. Now, again, that gap, you try to manage it suitably.
Yes, sir.
You don't, without feeling guilty, you have to tell them, I did this in the year this so and so. I worked for some time in this year so and so. Thereafter, I was interested towards this movement. So I went to that movement. I was working there from so and so date. Then the last year I got married, and now after that I decided to get into active service and say so I am started preparing for exams and is this the first interview you are attending?
Sir, actually, after my graduation, after working for a year in a private company, I have given bank exams. Sir. I have given bank exams, I was selected, and then but I did not join, sir.
Ore Baba, please don't ever tell that point.
Yes, sir.
Please don't.
Actually, I wanted to clarify with you.
No. You were selected in which bank?
I was selected in State Bank of Hyderabad, sir.
Oh, Baba, such a good opportunity. You left it. You could have now become Scale 3 manager of State Bank of India.
And
senior manager. By now, you could have become a manager or at least senior. Doesn't matter. So forget about. Don't tell them. You tell them you worked for 1 year in some aerospace company or IT company. उसका बाद में उधर गया है मूवमेंट में गया है मूवमेंट में इंटरेस्ट हो गया उसका बाद में हमने बाहर आया. They can again tease you for asking why did you come out of it, what made you feel it is not good for you there, why should you come out. You say I have to earn money, I have to take care of my family. There it was a free service. As long as I was a bachelor, it was okay. Now, when I am a married man, I need to support my wife also.
Yes, sir.
So tell like that, okay? Don't feel guilty.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Do not ever feel guilty about whatever situation you are. It's a Bhagwan ka making. He is making us run like this.
Yes, sir.
Today it is destined you must listen to me. So you are here with me today.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Otherwise, you will not be here. You may be doing something else.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we have discussed today generally about policies
Yes, sir.
and also guarantees.
Yes, sir.
Simply no, E.C.G.C is giving policies to exporters. They are giving guarantees to bankers.
Yes, sir.
Now they can complicate you by asking questions like, say, what is a letter of credit?
Sir, a letter of credit is once the buyer makes an order with the seller, he takes. Sir, I'm not clear about it, sir. I want to hear from you.
A letter of credit, see, when a buyer wants to import, he approaches his banker and asks him to open a letter of credit favoring exporter,
Yes, sir.
and as per the terms and conditions given therein.
Yes, sir.
And if the exporter exports goods as per the conditions given therein, his bank will negotiate the document and the importer's bank will reimburse the money.
Yes, sir.
It's a guarantee.
The buyer will approach the exporter's bank.
No. Importer will approach his bank.
Yes.
United States America importer will approach USA bank, ask him to open a letter of credit favoring exporter in India.
Yes, sir.
And the importer's bank will open a letter of credit guaranteeing that if you export goods as per this condition, I will reimburse you the money.
Yes, sir.
So that guarantee is known as letter of credit.
Yes.
The transactions in these documents are regulated or governed or guided by a document known as UCPDC, Uniform Customs and Practice for Documentary Credit. Uniform Customs for Customs and Practice for Documentary Credits.
Yes, sir.
See, the language in all the countries is different.
Yes, sir.
The way you understand the language is also different.
Yes, sir.
In some countries, if you say about, they will say 25% more or 25% less.
Yes, sir.
In some countries, if you say about, they will say only 5% more or 5% less.
Yes, sir.
So, in order to govern that, in UCPDC, it is told about means only 10% here and there.
Yes, sir.
Likewise, and things are given clearly. First half of a month means 1 to 15.
Yes, sir.
Likewise, everything would have been given specifically in UCPDC, and banks and customers and exporters have to go through that and they have to perform
Yes, sir.
accordingly.
Yes, sir.
See, it is like this. In India, if a class starts 10 minutes late, it is very much on time.
Yes, sir.
Whereas in America, a class has to start exactly on time.
Yes, sir.
In fact, doctors, 9 o'clock appointment, if you go by 9:05, they will not see you.
Yes, sir.
So that is so the conditions are different, understanding is different. So in order to make it comfortable for everybody, a uniform UCPDC was evolved
Yes, sir.
by International Chamber of Commerce.
Yes, sir.
So this is what you should know about LC, then they can teach you by asking what is a line of credit.
Yes, sir. Line of credit is a facility given by the bank for the for the taker of the loan. He can draw the amount whenever it is required within the limit of the credit.
Up to an extent limited given. Normally, lines of credits are opened by governments in favor of the foreign governments.
Yes, sir.
Or here, in the case of Punjab National Bank, what happened? They opened a line of credit favoring the exporter in London.
Yes.
So, relying on that, the exporters bank in London, they made finance and they made a claim on Punjab National Bank, and Punjab National Bank had to shell out 13,000 crores on account of Nirav Modi.
Yes, sir.
So these are some of the things which everything you need not know. Good. This much is sufficient for today. I have given you about general banking, about LC, about E.C.G.C. You go through E.C.G.C thoroughly. Tomorrow when we meet, tomorrow time I have given you
11:45, sir.
correct 11:45. 11:45 I will meet you. At that time you have to tell me about various things under E.C.G.C. and also go through the most common interview questions. Are you aware of that?
Yes, sir.
Like what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses?
Yes, sir.
Why should we select you? Like those questions. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What is your father?
Then my father is a work inspector in state irrigation department.
What inspector?
Work inspector.
Work inspector. What is the nature of his duty?
Sir, he's involved in service, like major irrigation canals are there. So he was involved in supervising civil works and then water regulations, sir.
Can you name the major irrigation works?
Sir, major irrigation works.
Ah,
Sir, it is under Somsila project, Somsila water project. And from Somsila reservoir, water is supplied to the area, irrigation areas in Nellore. And then the water is supplied through a high level canal to Chennai.
Correct.
So he is involved in repair works for irrigation canals supplying water in and around Nellore district, sir.
Acha, that the canal that is bringing water to Chennai, what is that called?
It is Jawahar Canal, sir.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Excellent, excellent. You must know like this. What is your mother?
Sir, my mother is a homemaker, sir.
What has she studied?
Sir, she has studied +2, sir.
Okay. How many siblings do you have?
Sir, I have a younger brother, sir.
What is he doing?
He has completed his BTech, sir, and he is in the process of taking up a job.
BTech which subject?
BTech Computer Science, sir.
Very good. Acha, when you tell about your father, don't use the word involved. Involved.
Yes, sir.
Involved means a negative term.
Okay, sir.
Mr. So-and-so is involved in bribery.
Okay.
So-and-so is involved in the racket.
Yes, sir.
On the other hand, you can say, my daddy is in charge of this. He looks after this.
Yes, sir.
That is how you have to tell.
Yes, sir.
Wordings wise, it is very important.
Yes, sir.
Are you happy today?
Yes, sir.
How much happy are you on a scale of 0 to 10?
Sir, 10, sir.
Good. That should be the answer. I am happy. God bless you. Do you have any questions now?
Sir, can you make any suggestions about the content? About the level of...
Yeah, suggestions wise, I find your confidence level is slightly lesser than what is needed.
Yes, sir.
I don't know how to change it overnight and all that. It's very difficult.
No, which part?
You are speaking while speaking itself. आपको flow properly आता नहीं, अंग्रेजी flow properly आता नहीं.
Okay.
So you are, in spite of the fact you have been moving with a good movement and all, where you were communicating mostly in English, na?
Yes, sir.
But why are you hesitating to speak in English properly?
Yes, sir. I will practice, sir.
Only 2 days are there, so please practice communicating properly. Sorry to say this. This is not to discourage you, but
Yes,
you see, they want youngsters who are bubbling with energy, enthusiasm, interest, involvement, commitment, happiness.
Yes, sir.
Whether they will select such people or people who lack enthusiasm like me, ये तो नहीं होगा.
You are more enthusiastic.
Just jocularly saying, I am not that very good. I know I'm not that very good, but I'm okay. For my age, it is okay. But then what I want you to do is to learn to improve your communication level. You talk to your wife in English and see that you communicate more happy. Don't talk about Vedanta and all. Talk about E.C.G.C. Talk about banking. Talk about Andhra Pradesh. Talk about Andhra government. Talk about government schemes.
Okay, sir.
These things you have to go through. Do you know export credit comes under priority sector?
Yes, sir.
Priority sector means advances which banks have to give in order to improve the exports, because they are the sectors neglected. Like under priority sector, you have agriculture, exports, then not imports, exports, then education, housing loan, small loans, MSME loans, infrastructure loans. All these are called a priority sector. Banks have to give 40% of their total advances to them.
Yes, sir.
This is not required for you, but you get to remember.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Thank you. I enjoyed talking to you. Again tomorrow also, because you are paid for 3 days. I will meet you tomorrow at 11:45.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Best wishes. I think your level would have improved now considerably.
Yes, sir.
You make your own. Don't depend on my suggestions only.
Yes, sir.
You make independent study.
Yes, sir.
Best wishes. No, but one thing, you are answering many questions with one word or two words. That should be avoided.
Yes, sir.
You have to talk you have to communicate in sentences.
Yes, sir.
Now, where did Krishna tell about Gita?
Krishna told Gita in a place called Kurukshetra. Sir.
To whom was he telling Gita?
Krishna was telling Gita to Arjuna.
Okay, what was the important content of it? Implication behind Gita.
The purpose of giving Gita, sir?
No, not the purpose. What is the important, what is the content of Gita? What it conveys?
The Gita conveys mainly about how to conduct human life, what is the mission of human life and how to achieve it, sir.
I think your answer is it correct? Hello?
What do you feel, sir?
Your answer is not correct.
Yes, sir.
Your answer
what is your
for a person who has been working there for so many years, आपका answer should be somewhat different.
Sir, Gita speaks about mainly 5 things, sir. It speaks about soul, super soul. Like in the philosophical way, I have to speak about it.
Now tell me, what are they?
Soul, super soul, and then material nature, and then time, and the final one is karma. So all the first 4 things, these cannot be changed. Only thing we can that is in our hands is our activities. So by transforming our activities, we can transform our lives, sir.
No, I think I find something interesting here. Mythologycraze.com. You must have seen it. Basically, Bhagavad Gita is sung by Lord Krishna himself. This is the essence of the 4 Vedas and other scriptures. You can refer to Bhagavad Gita as a life book.
Yes, sir.
Because everything that is needed to live a human life, Acha, you told that point. Good. You told that point. Everything that is needed to live a human life and attain salvation, moksha, is described in Gita. You told that nicely. Moreover, Bhagavad Gita is written in simple language. Maharishi Ved Vyas knows that in Kali Yuga, people will have less time to read all slokas, Vedas, and Puranas. So he packs the higher spiritual knowledge in the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is a part of Mahabharata written in Maharishi Veda Vyasa. All this happened by the will of God.
Yes, sir.
So likewise, this is what it is. Believe it or not, every question in life is answered in Bhagavad Gita. There is no moment in life that is not described in the Gita.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Why should you read Bhagavad Gita? To understand the direction, condition of life, the eternal journey from mortals, to know who are you, what is your role, aim of human life, like that. ये तो बहुत बड़ा लगता है, आप पढ़ लीजिए. అది చాలా పెద్దగా ఉంది, ఎక్కువ పాయింట్స్ ఉన్నాయి, అదన్నీ చెప్పడానికి ఇప్పుడు టైం అవదు.
Okay, sir.
అర్థమైందా?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
ఇట్ ఈస్ అ బిగ్ సబ్జెక్టు, ఇప్పుడు మనం డిస్కస్ చేసానికి సమయం లేదు. సో బట్ యూ లెర్న్ టు ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ ఇట్ నైస్లీ.
Yes, sir.
So now can you try the last question? Tell me what is Bhagavad Gita. Smilingly tell me.
So, Bhagavad Gita is actually part of Mahabharata. It was given by Srila Vyasadeva to guide the human society and human life to its perfection.
Super. Good, but avoid the word actually. Telugu people are more fond of the word actually. They use actually many times actually in their talks.
Yes, sir.
But similarly, I may be using some words, so you must be aware of those words and avoid them. Actually, basically, frankly, these are redundant words.
Okay, sir.
Unnecessary words.
Yes, sir.
Interview is only 15 minutes, so you have to speak essential words.
Yes, sir.
Best wishes. Today your performance is good. I will rate it at 8.5 out of 10.
Thank you very much, sir.
Best wishes. Tomorrow you must talk to me in such a way you get 9.5.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
Best wishes. Bye.
Thank you, sir.